This is a description of the draft program proposal assignment. To give some context to why you are completing this assignment, there are many issues that affect the aging population. These needs can be met in multiple environments and settings. The role of the occupational therapy continues to grow and expand for community-based older adults. This assignment is designed to help students develop a role as an occupational therapy consultant with varied programs utilizing both in-person and/or virtual and telehealth formats for consultation and intervention. The objectives of this assignment are as follows. Students will engage in a consultant role within a program, agency, or setting that services the needs of older adults. This is the connection to your Fieldwork 1 placement. Students will devise an occupation-based intervention that addresses a need of the agency and/or the clients that they serve. Students will develop outcome measures to track client progress toward program goals and objectives and effectiveness. Students will educate clients and staff members on the role of occupational therapy. And finally, students will develop skills and experience in implementing occupational therapy interventions with community-based older adults. Here are the assignment details. This part of the assignment, the program proposal, should be no more than 3 pages. You're going to prepare a program proposal for your project that will be implemented in the fall. Your selection may be based on a request from the agency. For example, if they request that you implement a technology group for the older adults in that setting, because that is what they see as a huge need for their population. Or you may offer a suggestion to the agency based on the needs assessment and the focus groups that you complete. Make sure to collaborate and share your ideas with your Fieldwork site supervisor to ensure the feasibility of the project or program plan. For example, please do not say that you're going to create some pet therapy program if pets are not allowed at that site. Also, don't say that you're going to be giving everyone iPhones so that they can do this special technology program with iPhones if that is not a reality of the site. This should be done prior to submitting the assignment. Your intervention should fulfill a variety of objectives for the clients in the agency. It should be based on your needs assessment focus group, and with that you will be using to interview with clients and staff. Your program plan may include both a direct and indirect intervention plan that can be implemented in varied formats, including in-person, use of a Zoom platform, email or telephone communication. To be clear, the format of your program must be discussed with your Fieldwork site. You cannot just state that you are going to be doing a totally virtual program if what the site had planned was an in-person program. You need to follow the site's lead on this. You can give suggestions if you say, you're saying that many individuals cannot come in person. How about we make this a hybrid program or 4 sessions in person, 4 sessions on Zoom? This can be a conversation. However, definitely follow the site's instruction on what type of format they would like this program to be in. This will likely include the development of intake forms, checklists, tracking forms, and communication logs. Your program proposal should include the following and address these different headings. Use these headings within your paper. First is your needs statement. Based upon your observations, investigation, and needs assessment analysis, describe the needs of the clients and/or the agency, which provides the rationale for your program plan and intervention. Discuss the needs of the clients and/or the program from an OT perspective. This is so important. Many times I've seen program proposals that focus solely on exercise, and exercise is great. And an OT group can focus on exercise, but there needs to be an OT perspective brought in, especially within your program proposal, so that I know that you're going into this program with an OT lens. What occupations are you trying to target and improve or enhance or modify by using different exercises? Consider the many issues, including the staff and the client's needs and wishes. Some considerations should include a variety of activities, accessibility and timing of the events, meetings, functions, and the variety and inclusion of purposeful and meaningful occupations, activity, and cultural and gender considerations. You will include the title of the program. Next, you will include the description, you will provide a description of the program you will be carrying out in the fall semester. Provide adequate detail to ensure you convey the purpose. This description does not need to be an outline of what every single week will look in the fall. However, it can. The more detail you include now, the less work and thought you will need to do in the fall. And you can just keep making it better then with the feedback that I give you. What this does need to include is an overall description of what this program will look like in the fall. That way I can help you and guide you so that you are prepared going into the fall semester. Your rationale is the next part. Prepare a rationale for your choice of program or protocol. Your choice and the rationale for your intervention and program must be supported by evidence in the literature, readings, and peer-reviewed journals using APA format. All citations should be within the last 5 years. Next, you're going to include objectives. Outline the 3 behavioral objectives for the clients. For example, you can start with, following this 8-week program, clients will be able to, and go from there. Next is role descriptions. Provide a brief role description for 2 different populations, the staff. Okay, so you're going to look at who is going to be involved. For example, the staff may need to identify participants or identify clients for the participation in this telehealth program. And then also the students involved. So what tasks are you going to be taking on and fulfilling in order to make this program successful? Are you going to create weekly flyers? Are you going to be responsible for setting up the room? You definitely will be responsible for creating the games for the clients to participate in, etc. Think about all of the needs of this population. Lastly, you're going to include the limitations. Describe any potential limitations or challenges you may foresee to encounter. Try to brainstorm on how to address these now. Thinking of different things like recruitment. What if you can't get enough participants? What if only one person shows up? What will you do? What about on the other side of the spectrum? What if you have 50 people who show up? Also, communication. Think about language barriers you might have with different individuals. Think about language, think about hearing, think about sight, all the different senses that we're going to learn about in this course that older adults may have different deficits in. And think about the timing of the program. Are you sure that before lunch is the best time for your program? Or do you think that it's best to do this program right after a heavy exercise class they have on the schedule, etc.? Assignment submission. This assignment is a joint assignment with your assigned partners for your older adult fieldwork placement. One person should submit the assignment via Canvas as a Word document. This is important. Please do not submit as a PDF. If you submit as a PDF, it is very difficult for me to provide feedback, and I can't really put track changes and all of that on it. Also, make sure that you're working on this as a group, as a pair. Okay, this should not be you do section 1, 2, and 3, and I'll do 4, 5, and 6, and we'll just submit it. You can divide up the work, but you need to make sure that you are looking at each other's work and providing feedback to each other in order to make one cohesive program proposal. And this note I said already, but just to really drive this idea home, remember, the more background work you do now, the better off you will be when you return from getting your program up and running in the fall. If the program proposal is well thought out now, you will be ahead of the game in September. There is a very quick turnaround time when you begin the implementation in October, and the next phase of this assignment is due very early in the semester. I'm talking like 2 weeks into the semester in the fall. So you submit this draft now, I give you feedback, and based on that feedback, you have the first 2 weeks of the semester to work on it, and then you submit it to me again so that I could really make sure that you are ready to go in October when you start your fieldwork site. Also in the fall, you have other parts included in this proposal, like actually showing me what you're doing from week to week. So there will be additional work. So really, the more you get done now, the better. As you develop your program, keep in mind you will also be evaluating outcomes of your program. Okay, so just like I said before, those behavioral objectives, what do you want to see improve? Quality of life, strength in order to complete different occupations, memory, cognition in general. You really have to pinpoint those different performance areas so that you're able to measure them with an outcome measure. And that will be done again on the next iteration of this program proposal in the fall. Consider the aims and objectives of the program and how to measure the effectiveness and your outcomes. Please let me know if you have any questions regarding this assignment detail.